But there is an underlying issue that no one wants to address. The opposition fears losing their vote banks if they talk about it. The motivated lobbies won't talk about it because their foreign funding will stop. And then there is another section that actively creates the problem. And the problem in question is Hinduphobia. Yes, viewers, Hinduphobia, the vitriol and the hate and the violence against the Hindu religion. Hinduphobia was on display when Nagaraju was killed on Thursday in the middle of a street by the brother of the Muslim girl he married. His fault, he was a Hindu. Hinduphobia was on display when Hindu temples were destroyed with impunity in Alwar. Hinduphobia was on display when the US CIRF released reports to defame India's multi-dimensional culture by villainizing Hinduism. And tonight it's time to take the issue head on. It is time to have a factual and real debate on the issue. True secularism does not lie in blindsiding the reality. It lies in addressing the problem, no matter how inconvenient it may be for the narrative or ideology of a few. On this debate today, the question is straightforward. Hinduphobia is real. But who is creating Hinduphobia in India? Is there not a lobby that is villainizing Hindus and generating hate against the Hindu community? Ankit Sharma, Harsha Hindu, Nagaraju, why don't Hindu lives matter? If there is no Hinduphobia, why are exoduses by Hindus still a reality, whether it be from Khargone or anywhere else? And where will those who in alarmist manner say minorities are under attack, why don't they talk about how the majority is being increasingly attacked? And is there not a pattern in this? No matter the issue, to blame one majority community. Hasn't there been an overt attack and insult of anyone who takes any modicum of pride in Hindu culture or in the Hindu way of life or Hindutva? Ladies and gentlemen, on the debate this evening, that is my main debate. Can anyone be in denial about Hinduphobia in India? Who is creating Hinduphobia in India? Who is generating Hinduphobia in India? That's the debate on this edition of Arnab Live. And ladies and gentlemen, I would say there is no point being coy about it. There is no point being meek about it. The only solution to Hinduphobia is to acknowledge the problem, to confront the growing problem of Hinduphobia head on. Over the past week, in fact over the past month, the shocking reality of Hinduphobia came to the fore again and again and again. And tonight it is time to ask, who is creating Hinduphobia? Here is the story, and then we get straight to the debate.
There may be brazen denial about Hinduphobia, but the reality cannot be ignored. B. Nagaraju was killed last week after he married a Muslim woman.
लास्ट में जब मेरे हस्बैंड को ना ओनली सर पे ही मारते, इतनी मतलब राड लेके सर पे ही मारते गए। मेरे हस्बैंड को मारने आए तो मैं ऐसा धक्का देते वक्त मेरे भाई का फेस एक दिखा मुझे, और मेरे जीजू का तो जो फ़ोटो बताए ना, जब तो जीजू तो नहीं दिखे, लेकिन उन्होंने थे या नहीं वो नहीं मालूम। और मेरे हस्बैंड को ना मतलब मैं सबको हेल्प पूछी मैम, पूरा रोड पे सब लोग, अगर सब चाहे तो मेरे हस्बैंड कोई भी नहीं करे मैम, कोई भी नहीं करे, सबके मतलब सबको बैग्स पे सब जाते ना, सबको हेल्प भी पूछी मैं। और मेरे हस्बैंड को नहीं मारे जैसा मेरे भाई को ढक ले तो, और एक जो है ना उन्होंने मारते गए। मैं जैसा जैसा मेरे हस्बैंड के नज़दीक गई तो एक जने मतलब धक्का दे के मेरे हस्बैंड को मारते गए। मेरे भाई से मैं मतलब उनके सामने मैं जाना चाहती, मैं मतलब पुलिस जो है ना अभी तक उनको मेरे सामने नहीं लाए, मैं उनसे बात करना चाहती हूँ। और जो मेरे हस्बैंड को मतलब इतने बुरे तरीके से उनको जो मारे ना, उनको कितनी तकलीफ़ हुई, उनको भी एहसास होना कि दर्द क्या है। मैं कभी भी किसी का बुरा कभी नहीं सोची मैम, लेकिन मैं अगर मुझे तो नींद भी नहीं है मैम, ऐसा आंख मुझे तो भी मुझे मतलब माइंड में सब वही आ रहा मैम, बहुत बुरे तरीके से मारे। और मैं यही चाहती कि उनको मेरे सामने लाए, मैं उनसे बात करना चाहती।
And before Nagaraju, there was Harsha in Karnataka. And even before that was Ankit Sharma, who was stabbed 50 times during the Delhi riots. Fact is, there has been an almost blindsiding of the attack on Hinduism by those who want to peddle Hinduphobia but deny its existence. And display of Hindu culture is attacked. Remember how the Shastra Puja of Rafael Jet was questioned? Or how Rashmi Samant was targeted for her Hindu faith.
He found it suitable to stalk, harass and publicly defame me because I'm a Hindu. My home state was dragged into it. The university where I pursued my bachelor's degree was dragged into it. And to make it worse, my parents were the topic of the entire discussion there. I cannot believe that a man capable of harassing a student like that is even supposed to be a teacher at a tier 1 university like Oxford or any university or school for that matter.
Or how a NASA intern wasn't spared for having Hindu gods and goddesses on her study table. Those who launch protests saying minorities are in danger, they must answer whether Hindu lives matter, because Hinduphobia is real and an entire machinery is creating it. It's an unmissable debate on Arnab Live.
And ladies and gentlemen, as a channel, we are never in denial. We accept the reality. And the fact is that there is a lobby that says Hinduphobia is a myth. I say Hinduphobia is very, very real. There is a same well-oiled machinery that peddles hate against Hindus. They create insecurity against Hindus. They demonize Hindus. They run down Hindu culture. They abuse Hindutva. They are all part of the Hinduphobia lobby. And we believe we need to have a very strong debate on Hinduphobia in the country now. And with us today is Nupur Sharma, national spokesperson of the BJP, an advocate in the Supreme Court, Smita Prakash, editor of ANI, Ratan Sharda, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, Rashmi Samant, activist. And we have with us Advocate Waris Pathan, Sudhindra Bhadoria, we have him of the BSP, we have Abbas Haidar, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, we have Dr. Lubna Kamal from Lucknow, well-known activist, and we have Professor Manojit Mandal from Kolkata. Now, I am only asking you, let us first accept the reality. My first point is that there is a lobby in this country which is creating Hinduphobia. And the first indication of that, and I'm opening the debate with Smita, was when they organized the Dismantling Global Hindutva Conference and amplified it endlessly in September. Smita. It was very clear that it exists, it's strong, it is part of a campaign, and now when we are seeing Hindus being targeted, attacked, killed all over the country, Hindu temples being destroyed, this lobby does not feel it's answerable. Smita, should it not be answerable?
Look, Arnab, interreligious hatred, bigotry, it's not uncommon in India. It's erupted in spasms for centuries in this country. So we have to see it from a bigger perspective. It does seem in your face now, like you said, because we, as in India, it is under the global scanner. Domestic and international media scrutiny is on India. Every pimple, every scar, every injury to this fabric of India gets amplified further because there are many in the world who want to see India as a democracy fail. They want to see that the fissures which are inherent to a country which is so diverse, these fissures will be there, but we have held together for centuries. But as a democracy, there are many countries that want to see this democracy fail. They want to see it go to pieces. So what happens when there is any kind of violent incident that happens, which is a communal clash, which is a caste-related clash? These fissures, these ruptures, that have, despite these fissures and ruptures, the country is held together. But there are several within the country and outside the country which want to see that this phenomenon leads to a kind of a disruption in India which will make it fail. And what happens within the country? There are many within our country who have for years accepted that this kind of what should I say, it's a fatalism कि ये तो होना ही था, ये तो Hindu-Muslim riots तो होने ही हैं हमारी country में. This kind of fatalistic acceptance of this violence is no longer happening. Now, there is this idea that law and order that should be without any kind of fear or favor. It should be the same for everybody. There should be no appeasement. So that is when there is a kind of an awakening, and this phobia, whether it is anti-Muslim phobia or anti-Hindu phobia, there is now a feeling that there should be none of this, that everybody from every caste, community, religion, everybody places, mind you, there is also this phobia about Northeasterners, that also, there was this whole thing of Northeast people being attacked. That's all
the fact
over.
is that there has been an attempt at just abusing the Hindu religion, and I'll put it. There are people who hate Hinduism, and they therefore, for example, they said, Brahminical fascism. The attempt is to say that the Hindu religion is a Brahmanically fascist religion which will be challenged by Dalits. There's also a lot of politics behind it, Sudhindra Badoria. Divide the Hindu religion, abuse the Hindu religion, stereotype the Hindu religion, then call for a Dalit awakening against the Hindu religion. That's why it is things like dismantle Hindutva, Brahminical fascism, somehow divide the Hindu community. And then say that in this country Dalits and Muslims are treated badly, which is also a lie. Let us come together against the Hindus. Why? Mr. Badoria, isn't this Hinduphobia?
Yeah, so my answer is, while I agree with Smita Prakash on many of the points that she has raised, I would also like to say that there are interested agencies which want to certainly denigrate India, and they have been there from times immemorial. They have been there from times immemorial, as you may see that in our freedom movement also, this effort was done, and that is a colonized mind which used to do it. But insofar as the inequalities in the systems are concerned, they have been there also. Not to say that there are some people who are more marginalized than the others.
No, I want to ask you, this whole argument, for example, Brahminical fascism, 1 minute, that we need Dalitization. Dalitization is a response to Dalitization is a response to Brahminical fascism. In my view, this is nothing but an attempt to divide the Hindu religion.
Well, I would
create divisions in the Hindu religion. If one were to do that in any other religion among Muslims, there would be an outburst.
I don't buy that. I don't buy that. I think there is an inequality. There is an exploitative system. And
which religion does not have inequality or an exploitative system in parts? Which religion, sir? Name one.
Where did I say that? Where did I say? No,
this attempt to demonize Hinduism is my concern.
If it has it, well, then there is a definite effort, and this is the colonial mind which does it. A colonial mind which does it.
But the colonial era is over.
But the colonial era is over. We are a democratic country.
But the colonial era is over.
Yeah, colonial era.
So why do some people? Then here's a question. Here's a question. Nopur is on the debate. It's getting interesting. Why do some people say that Hindutva is a national security threat? There is an attempt to demonize Hindutva. Say that every single day there's an attempt to abuse and demonize Hindutva and brand Hinduism as a national security threat. The religion which 80% of this country follows becomes a national security threat. Then what is the solution? Does one want to wipe out Hinduism itself? Now when these questions are asked, Monojit, you are getting uncomfortable, Lubna, so are you. Waris Pathan is uncomfortable. What's the solution? One wants to wipe out Hinduism itself?
No, certainly not. Can I comment on this?
And that
uncomfortable.
Yes.
Who said that?
Can I comment on this?
Not at all.
No, then why if it is not at all, then Lubna, why are people spreading this Hinduphobia lie?
Have you heard of saffron terrorism?
Pardon me, I haven't. You have? All I know about
Yes, of
saffron
course.
terrorism, I'll tell you one thing. Using the lie of Ishrat Jahan, who was a terrorist. First of all, Lubna, you accept to me.
There are
Was
several-
Ishrat Jahan not a terrorist?
Are
Because
several
Chidambaram used the
instances,
case of
not just
Ishrat
Ishrat
Jahan
Jahan.
to talk about saffron terrorism. No, was Ishrat Jahan a terrorist?
That is just...
Was Ishrat Jahan a terrorist? Was Ishrat Jahan a
No, I
terrorist?
don't know that.
Pardon me? No comments. Why?
I don't know that. But
How do you not
must-
know that?
since
She's a
you are
terrorist.
heading on,
You don't
national-
believe your country's investigating
How-
agencies.
you are heading a national channel, so you must be aware of saffron
I am very
terrorism.
aware.
And therefore, yes, Hinduphobia and Islamophobia even exists.
I'm talking
So
about
they
Hinduphobia.
coexist.
I'm talking
And
about
there are
Hinduphobia.
black sheep. There are black sheep in each and every community. So you have to pay attention to that as
Come on,
well.
Lubna, don't generalize.
Well, why don't you agree with that? You haven't seen what happened with several mosques that saffron flags was put on them. They were huge. Thus, just adjacent to Lucknow is Sitapur, and there was someone in saffron robes who was saying that he is some Mahan.
Who
and
someone?
he was openly
Who someone?
challenging that.
Who someone? Because you know, I'll tell you. 1 minute. I'll tell you. I saw a really stupid article which said that the state and Hindu vigilantes have merged. And that is the problem you have, that some madman, you associate that person with a government which has the majority,
Madman?
which has the majority.
Madman?
Yeah, I'm
You're
referring to
calling
some
him
madman. I'm saying that somebody says that the state has become vigilante, but this state was elected through a principle of electoral democracy, in which the majority of people, voting population of India, voted the state. You don't like the state, it does not become vigilante by turn. It's Hindutva. One community is demonized over the hijab verdict by the court. You tell me, was it not an enabling of an atmosphere of Hindutva allow me, the High Court, please understand, restrictions on hijabs in schools were enforced by the court. But people like you, Lubna, and please come on the debate with Nupur, you used it to demonize Hindus, saying silent majority watches as a spectacle unfolds.
What I'm saying is just...
What does the majority community have to do with the court verdict? What does the majority community have to do with a uniform code framed according to the Karnataka Education Act of 1983? You have used every opportunity to demonize Hindus, and I'm saying please don't do it. Please stop demonizing Hindus. Please stop Hinduphobia.
No one is doing that. No one is doing that except for this channel.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll tell you, Hindu lives do matter, right? Where is your outrage?
Can I just...
No, 1 minute. Lubna, Deepak Parihar was stabbed while being chased down a narrow lane in Jodhpur during the recent clashes in Rajasthan, right?
There have been several instances. Why are you singling out few?
I am talking about the recent one, Jodhpur. Why don't you want to talk about it?
I just mentioned saffron.
Why don't you talk? Why don't you talk about it? Why don't you talk about it? I don't believe Chidambaram. I don't believe Chidambaram. You can swear by Chidambaram. I don't believe Chidambaram. Chidambaram and Parambir Singh and people like that were responsible for creating this thing about saffron terrorism. No, I'm asking you.
Haven't you seen what happened in Sitapur just few days back?
What?
Open threat by a Mahant.
Can I please...
By whom?
Arnab,
I don't know. Which Mahant? Which official position does he hold?
How can you say that? You are
all that I know, Lubna, is that you are in Lucknow and you should know that the Yogi government, when there were 7 louts who tried to desecrate a mosque, it was the Yogi government which you hate, which took action and arrested all the 7.
I won't accept your words. I won't allow that you keep you put your words into my mouth. No. I will not let that happen. I don't hate.
Okay, I am on a question. Do Hindu lives not matter? Nupur is on the debate. Why does the life of Nagaraju not matter?
Equally, all Indian lives matter. Why can't you say that?
No, yeah, all Hindu lives matter.
Arnab,
all Indian lives matter.
Can I please...
All lives matter, but Hindu lives matter. Why do you get irritated when I say Hindu lives matter? Was Harsha not a Hindu? Was Harsha not a Hindu? Was he not killed for being a Hindu? Was Nagaraju not a Hindu? Was Nagaraju not a Hindu? Was Kishan Bhardwaj not a Hindu? Is Deepak Parihar not a Hindu? Why don't you want me? Was Ranjit Bachchan not a Hindu? Ankit Sharma is not a Hindu? Kamlesh Tiwari was not a Hindu? Ankit Saxena was not a Hindu? Why don't you want to talk about it? See, you're looking the other way now. Now you don't want to talk when I'm giving you name after name and example after example. I am saying all lives matter, but please understand Hindu lives also matter.
Yes, of course.
Hindu lives also matter. Nupur is on the debate.
You're not ready to listen. You're just shouting. You're not listening.
Arnab, may I please, Arnab, coming on national television and saying that, all lives matter is mere lip service, a matter of convenience and politics for that matter. If that was the case, if Hindus' lives did matter, I did not hear a single not in my name protest for the lives of Hindus that were lost. I did not hear of a single award Bapsi or return of any award, which was undeserved, by the way, in the first place, ever having happened in the memory of a deceased Hindu. And madam, must I actually correct you? Have you not heard of saffron terrorism? Have you not heard of a court verdict in 2019? Arnab, I only speak facts, and I would really request, this is the first time I'm actually intervening, that I may be please allowed my time. Well, madam, I'll tell you what, maybe you haven't heard of the law of the land. In 2019 Samjhauta Blast Express case, a court came down heavily and called saffron terror as a bogey, a phraseology deliberately imposed just to balance out what actually happens in the world. That means I challenge you right now to name one Hindu Sangathan, Hindu organization, Hindu Sanstha, which is banned for terrorist activities. I challenge you to name or cite one case law from any court, forget only India, from any court the world over, which has actually convicted Hindus for spreading terrorism in the name of the religion. For that matter, you will find umpteen Islamic organizations banned and sanctioned by no less than the United Nations. You will find umpteen number of citations and judgments from the world over, wherein people have been convicted for they scream.
Waris, let her complete, Waris. Let her complete. Waris, let her complete. I'll come to you. Waris, I'll come to you.
Cause, just because I'm exposing something that he truly believes in the sense, spread of terrorism in the name of their God, he will actually heckle me. I challenge them again. Name one Hindu organization banned or sanctioned by the United Nations, and I'm talking facts, and I expect facts, or cite one single judgment. I have cited one of the Samjhauta Express from a Haryana court, which said it's a saffron terror bogey superimposed by politicians for the purposes of their convenience. None of this sort exists, because the world over, forget India, the world over, you will not be able to cite one example of a Hindu organization being banned for spreading terrorism in the name of Sri Ram or any other Hindu god, nor will you be able to cite a single judgment which actually convicts a Hindu person for, suicide bombing after sloganeering Jai Sri Ram or Jai Siya Ram. The fact of the matter is, the world over, you will find umpteen number of examples wherein Allahu Akbar was chanted. And there was a suicide bomber who went off killing himself. There were knife attacks. There were sartan se juda, there was beheading, there were acid attacks, and what have you. It happened in France.
What is
Recently in the US. It
1 minute, what is?
No, this is not fair. This is not fair. Give me much opportunity to make my point now.
First of all, why are you getting angry? What is just because I'm talking about Hinduphobia? No, 1 minute. Nupur, 1 minute. Nupur, 1 minute. What is now? There's no point sulking, okay? I 1 minute. Nupur, that's a very long reply. Please wait. What is see? There's no point sulking.
You gave her 1 hour. You gave us 25 minutes.
I didn't give her 1 hour. I did not give her 1 hour. That's a lie.
Why should we just give? Why we should just keep our mouth shut and sit down and listen to all craps? We are here to.
What do you mean listen to crap? Please be careful of the language you use. We are talking about Hinduphobia and you're unhappy about it.
Listen, you are going one-way traffic.
What is this? Jihadi?
Yeah. See, Arnab,
Nupur is saying, what is Nupur saying?
Jihadi language. See, stone pelting is started. What is this stone pelting? What is this jihadi language? Do you not know how to speak on television? Are you not aware of parliamentary language? I spoke about facts.
Against the Muslim community.
Show me the judgment.
The BJP
Show
government.
me the sanction order of the United Nations. Show me the banning order of the United Nations.
The BJP government has waged a war against the Muslim in the country.
I will actually object to you using unparliamentary language. Stop using jihad on television.
You are making your
Stop stone pelting. Stop stone pelting.
I don't want to make
Stop stone pelting. After you're the one, you 15 crore Muslims would teach 100 crore Hindus. I ask you, what was that threat? What was that threat? What was that threat, Mr. Pathan? That you 15 to 20 crore Muslims would teach a lesson to 100 crore Hindus. What was that? A threat? Wasn't it a threat? What was it?
He's not answering.
Now, may I make my point of she'll go on ranting?
Not cite a single judge.
No, I won't answer. I don't want to indulge in such kind of debates, man. I am not going to make my point. I will not listen.
What are you
Allow
doing?
me. I will make my point. No, you shut down or fader. You shut down or fader if you want to listen to me. We know. अरे हमारे मुंह में भी जुबान है, तुम्हारे से अच्छी बात बोल सकता हूँ. तुम्हारे को मुंह पर जवाब दे सकता हूँ, तुम डिबेट छोड़ के भाग जाओगे.
You can heckle me, you can abuse on television. I can't even debate consciously.
बीच में नए
मैं decently debate नहीं कर सकती. आप गाली गलौज कर दो.
You don't want to have a decent debate.
गाली गलौज कर
You
लो,
don't
मैं
want to have a decent debate. You don't want to have a decent debate. Get lost. अरे मैं आपसे बहुत अच्छी तमीज से बात कर सकता हूँ. मेरी जुबान की आतिशबाजी का मुकाबला नहीं कर सकते. डिबेट छोड़ के भागेंगे आप दोनों. डिबेट छोड़ के भागेंगे आप. अरे बोलने नहीं देंगे एक ही.
Otherwise he'll kill me. He's threatening that I get lost. Otherwise what will you do? What will you do? Mr. Pathan, what will you do?
अरे I want to make my point. I will make my point. I don't want to I will make my point.
Please
I don't want to listen to your crap. No.
Do it decently.
Arnab introduced you as a lawyer, but I don't think you are a lawyer. You don't want to debate. You don't want to listen to the truth. You don't want to listen to the fact.
Don't spread jihad.
Okay, question here. Nopur. Now you have your say. I'll get Ratan Sharda into the debate, and I asked Waris Pathan a question. Waris, listen to the question. Why are you giving a statement? Why don't you listen to my question? I have a question for you. Mr. Pathan.
I won't listen to your question. First you listen to my answer.
First you listen to my question. How can you answer a question? You listen to my question, and my question is this. We have been listening to your questions since last almost 1 hour. Why don't you listen to our No,
answer?
not 1 hour, about 20 minutes. Please don't exaggerate. Now listen to me. Listen to me.
The truth. No, this is
Yeah, the truth is that Harsha was killed because he was a Hindu. Is that the truth? Was Harsha killed because he was a Hindu?
Tabrez, Akhlaq, so many I can name. There is a list of Muslims who have been killed.
Was Harsha killed because he was a Hindu?
The Modi government has spread hatred in our country. Who's an Indian? Everybody is an Indian. First, Indian lives matter. Whether Harsha, Tabrez, Akhlaq, whosoever may be, Indian lives matter. Arnab, first talk about the Indian. Be a good Indian citizen. First, be a good Indian citizen and talk about Harsha.
You care about
Tabrez, what about Tabrez?
You care about all citizens? You care about all citizens, do you?
It's quite a silent date. No, I'm asking a simple question.
No, do you care about all citizens? I am asking you, do you care about all citizens? Do you care about all citizens? Do you care about all citizens?
Show me a single incident in our country. Do you show me a single instance in our country where some Muslim mob, after offering their prayers, stood outside a temple, gave provocative slogans, went upside the temple and tried to hoist a flag? Nobody. Millions offered prayers this Eid just 3 days prior. Nobody. But so what happened during the Shobha Yatra? They went near the mosque, shouted provocative slogans, went on the temple, went on the mosque with a flag, tried to hoist. And that is
Have you finished? If you finished, I'll counter you. If you finished, I'll counter you. If you finished, I'll counter you. Now you stop, sir. Waris, you asked a question, no?
Waris, and you are quiet and silent on that.
Stop getting excited like that. You think people will be impressed like this?
Why don't you talk about that?
You think you're impressing people by shouting like this?
Why you are siding? You are an anchor. You are an anchor. You have to listen to both the sides. Just don't give it opportunity to the BJP people to make their points and to us. Just keep quiet and listen to the rights. No. Equality before law, equality before
now we'll play the victim card.
The constitution, if you follow, I also follow the constitution. Allow me to make my point. Simple thing. When will Modi stop this Mahapanchayat? When call for genocide of Muslims are being given, Modi is silent. When call is given by the gun like Bajrang Muni that we will kidnap Muslim women and rape them, Modi is silent. Kali Charan humiliates the Muslim, Modi is silent. A cricketer got his finger fractured, Modi tweeted. But so many Muslims, establishments, shops, homes were demolished by the bulldozer. Modi did not have time to tweet a single sentence, single line condemning the act. Unless and Modi stops them, this will not stop. But Modi does not want to stop them. These are Modi's foot soldiers who every day in and out wants to see that the Muslims of these countries are totally finished. They started with hijab. They went on halal meat. Now they are coming on this loudspeaker. So where would we go? See, we
if you have finished, and we are finished, now thank you, yeah. Now thank you. Now, what is now stop, okay? I can also, please don't go on non-stop as if, you have a divine right to speak. Listen to me first of all and stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying on television. Stop lying on television. Stop lying on television. You're lying on television. Shame on you.
अरे सच बोला हमने सच
हो गया ना आपका हो गया वारिस is on the Waris Ratan Sharda is on the debate. He says what happened to Kalicharan Maharaj who made derogatory statements about Mahatma Gandhi? Narendra Modi told him to. So why was he arrested? And who gave him bail? Let Waris be on the debate on the right. Anand, please. My question is, be quiet now. I am countering you. I am smashing your argument. I am destroying your logic. I am exposing you on national television. Kali Chand Maharaj was arrested and was given bail by the Bilaspur court. Did the Bilaspur court call Narendra Modi and ask him, dear Prime Minister, do we give him bail? And did Narendra Modi tell the Bilaspur court, yes, give them bail? Do you know how the courts function? Don't lie on television, Waris Pathan. These are the kind of falsehoods which must stop now.
Nityanand's home, on Bajrang Muni's home. Why no bulldozer? When a Muslim is arrested, you apply NSA. When a Hindu is arrested, you don't apply that. Is this not differentiating between the two communities?
I'll tell you what is differentiating. I'll tell you what is. I also 1 minute.
The very fact. Arnab, may I come in?
You must speak about equality before.
I'll tell you what is differentiating. 1 minute. Waris just stop right now. What is differentiating is that Waris is from a party called All India Majlis-e-Ittihadul Muslimin, a party which by its name
and I'm proud to be
is of Muslims, by Muslims and for Muslims. No. A party which by its name is of Muslims, by Muslims and for Muslims. Why are you not a party for all? Why only for Muslims? Why should there be a party for Muslims? Why not for all Indian citizens? Why define a party along the lines of a religion? Does that not go fundamentally against the principle of the Representation of People's Act? You don't even respect the Election Commission and the Constitution of this country. You say that if you remove, the 15% will be bhari on the rest of the 80%. You speak absolutely venomous language like that, and you come on television and lecture me, Waris Pathan. Now listen to me. I am asking you, Ratan Sharda, I'll tell you Hinduphobia, Ratan Sharda was when Nagaraju was killed and Waris Pathan's party decided to say or do nothing. When Nagaraju was killed for being a Hindu, all his party's top leaders are in Hyderabad. Which one of them, Ratan Sharda, please ask him, which one of them had a protest march? That is Hinduphobia. That is Hinduphobia, ladies and gentlemen. That is Hinduphobia.
I have no interest in this blabbering person.
He's not stopping, Ratan Sharda, continue.
This debate was about Hinduphobia. It was not about Hindu-Muslim, first of all.
Yeah.
Secondly, when he talks of this particular issue of Tabriz and Ansari, you have already given a list of more than a dozen Hindus who were killed in recent couple of years. I'm not going back 50 years. I'm talking about recent past. More Gau Rakshaks were killed than Gau Protectors were killed. Now let me come to the main subject. He said that 15 crore Muslims will be heavier on 100 crore Hindus, right? अरे भैया चुप कर अभी हो गया आपका बड़बड़ हो गया चुप करो अभी बहुत बड़बड़ कर लिया आपने आपका काम ही है आप खाली बड़बड़ करते हुए सुन लो अभी आप
Big debate, Waris, please control yourself, man, please. You have to stop.
National television.
You got to stop.
When Tamil Nadu government stops Dharampuri Adhinam function, that is Hinduphobia. अरे जाओ यार तुम अपने घर जाओ सामने तस्वीर देख रहे हो भीम मीम की क्या हो रहा है भीम मीम का इसलिए चुप करो अभी चुप करो आपको चिल्लाना है तो बाहर जाके चिल्लाओ ये पब्लिक मीटिंग नहीं है Okay.
Stop it right now, Bob. Come on now, Waris Pathan, control yourself. Waris Pathan, control yourself. This is an important debate. People are watching, please. Waris, please.
When I speak truth.
No, Waris, please.
I said.
Waris, don't cross the limit, please. Thank you.
I said Hinduphobia is when Dharampuri Adhinam function is stopped by DMK government. Okay, there is no Muslim here. Please shut up now. That was done by a so-called Dravid party against the Hindu tradition of 100 years. They had no business to do it. Secondly, this Hinduphobia starts right from Nehru's time, when he created Hindu code bill, but did not have courage to create any other code bill. He slapped Hindu sadhus for demanding Gau Raksha. Would he slap any other person of any religion? He would not do it. Next stage of saffron terror was when in 1993 Sharad Pawar created an artificial bomb saying that there was to make the terror attack secular. Then in 26/11, again they talked about saffron terror, but for Tukaram Umbale, we would have had a Hindu terror story around the world. Now that particular case, it was only because of Umbale, and what happened? The Congress party went ahead and released a book called RSS Ki Sazish. Then we had saffron terror of train blast, of Maligaon blast, all the cases fell through. Of course, you talked about the girl who was a terror suspect, and world over she was named as a Shaheed, and he said there was no such terror. Now next to it is when you had communal violence bill created by UPA, which said Hindus are a priori, attack us in case. अरे बाबा चुप कर भाई, तेरे को समझ में आता नहीं है कुछ भाई. तू रह ना, तेरे समझ में आता है, तेरे से बात कर रहा हूँ मैं, तेरे से बात कर रहा हूँ मैं, समझ में आता है. मैंने हिंदुओं की बात की, तेरी बात की है मैंने. अर्नब से बात कर रहा हूँ, तेरे से सुन रहा है. कम्युनल वाले तेरे से बात कर रहा हूँ क्या? कम्युनल ब्रॉट इन बाय कांग्रेस पार्टी. मैं अर्नब से बात कर रहा हूँ. गुंडा लोग कहाँ से आ गए? मैं अर्नब से बात कर रहा हूँ. तेरे से बात कर रहा हूँ. लड़ने सड़क वाले लोग तेरे से कम गुंडे हम लोग देखने गए. कौन धमकी दे रहा है? तू सड़क छाप धमकी दी, तूने धमकी दी. किसने धमकी दी? तूने. तू बोला मेरे को, तू तड़क से बात करेगा, तू बात करेगा, तू तड़क से बात नहीं करना मेरे से. जुबान संभाल के बात कर. तेरी आप साहब, तेरी जुबान संभाल के बात कर. साहब की 15 करोड़ मुसलमान 100 करोड़ में भारी पड़ेंगे वाले साहब, आप मुझे बताइए. हाँ, क्योंकि आपको यही भाषा समझ में आती है. आपका जो फाउंडर था ना, वो फाउंडर पाकिस्तान भाग गया, आपकी वेबसाइट उसका नाम निकाल दिया गया, पर आपने कहीं माफी नहीं मांगी हिंदुओं को मारने की. हैदराबाद में कभी नहीं मांगी एमआईएम ने माफी, और एमआईएम का जो बंदा था वो पाकिस्तान चला गया, उसका नाम वेबसाइट निकाल दिया, अपने साइट से निकाल दिया. अभी आप बात कर रहे हो हिंदू कोड बिल. I talked about tolerance, right? Talked about Mamata Banerjee said recently that हम काफिर नहीं हैं, हम डरपोक हैं, हम लड़ेंगे. Now tell me, a secular lady called Mamata Banerjee talks of हम काफिर नहीं हैं. What is this language? Whom is she threatening? And what is this language? This is what I fear. And this particular case of terror is not just India. This is globally created story against Hindus. Whether in academia you talk about dismantling Hindutva, again they are talking the same language. They created a term called Islamophobia, but attack is on Hindus in Ram Navami.
They don't want to accept the reality. I have a couple of questions here. I think that what has happened is we have opened up some very we've opened up some
for every other religion but Hindus.
We've opened up some very
and they talked about geography. Just a moment.
No, one minute. Ratan Sharda, what is evident to me, what we have done today,
Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh were Hindu.
What we have done today.
Because there was no one in the majority.
What we have done today.
Problem rose on that account.
What we have done today.
Hinduphobia is to stop unity of India.
What we have done today, Ratan Sharda, just a minute, is that we are asking a question that is not asked. Because Monojit Mandal, allow me to just a minute. You see, people speak about Islamophobia, but nobody speaks openly, especially not on national television, about Hinduphobia. But Hinduphobia is a reality. My question being, and I'll only argue with fact, and Rashmi Samanta is on the debate with you. Those in denial about the reality about Hinduphobia, and if we don't confront the growing problem of Hinduphobia in this country, there is a problem for the future of this country. For Hindu culture and tradition is inextricably linked to India's culture and tradition. Hinduphobia is there. If Hinduphobia was not there, why is there an exodus of Hindus in Khargon? Khargon, Hindus have to flee in terror, leaving behind barely any Hindu families. And when I discuss it, I find some protagonists smiling and laughing. Hindu families are forced to vacate houses in Vanajaravas in Gujarat. Petrol bombs and stones are hurled at the houses of Hindus during Ram Navami in that place in Gujarat. Hindus are forced to leave their homes. Does the national media talk about it? No. Because one is not supposed to. as per the rules of the media in India so far, one is not supposed to talk about Hindus being attacked and targeted, because the impression has been created, as was done during that communal violence bill also, that Hindus are always the perpetrators of violence, they can never be the victims. I am now telling you with proof, Manojit, Hindus have been tremendous victims of violence and Hinduphobia.
Now, can I come in?
And Hinduphobia. See what happened in Ratlam district. The harassment by the Muslims of the Hindus, Hindus migrating, houses put up, Bhopal Surana village, house on sale. Why? Because the local Muslims were harassing the Hindus for years. You see? Manojit, don't look upset. The fact of the matter is, you go to Aligarh in Nurpur, you go and ask in Aligarh in Nurpur, what happened to the Hindus? What happened to the Hindus in Aligarh in Nurpur? Why are they being forced to leave their houses, put up for sale?
The bad mouthing for the last half an hour.
What is the bad mouthing?
I'm just tired.
Who am I bad mouthing?
Bad mouthing.
Who am I bad mouthing?
How you are conducting the debate, Arnab? I mean, look.
I am talking
how people are behaving on your show. That's
no, that I don't approve the behavior, but
that reflects upon the real India, right? If we quarrel like that on national TV, and our children are watching,
that's okay.
What will happen to on the ground? Let me tell you, we're coming to the question of phobia of one particular community against the other. I think people of this country, whoever is opposing a particular government which is in the in the current dispensation in India, they are scared. I mean, look how you are doing with the opposition, irrespective of their color. I mean, it's a phobia against a particular government. You use your ED, you CVR, you income tax.
I am talking about Hinduphobia. You brought the agencies in.
People. And yes, it's not, there's no question of Hinduphobia. I mean, how are you dealing with these people? If they are opposing you politically, right? It's not the question.
This is not political. Calling it political, you're whitewashing the gravity.
Let me tell you, please. You are scaring now. You are scaring. This is scary. This is scary. I mean, when you don't let us speak on TV, when you muzzle our voice on TV, that is scaring. You scuttle our fundamental rights even on TV, that is scaring, because we are affiliated to a particular ideology, and you are affiliated to a particular ideology which is ruling the country. That is a phobia for all of us. No. We can't even talk freely on TV.
Rashmi, 50-50.
I speak of Hinduphobia from a personal experience, because it was something I had to experience at a very young age, on a very international stage, on a very international platform.
You are
whitewashing. You are whitewashing lived experiences of thousands of Hindus out there. When I speak of Hinduphobia, I speak of it from my own experience. I am a survivor of this experience, and you're not letting me talk. You're not letting me tell my story. And this is Hinduphobia. Exactly.
This is
gagging survivors.
This is Hinduphobia. Reflected on
gagging
the ground.
A survivor
it is created by you. It is carried in your mind.
It is not in our mind. It is not in our mind, Manojit, it's not in our mind. She has said it's a lived experience. She has said it's a lived experience. It's not in our mind.
Let me even complete one single sentence. Let me complete a single sentence. You're scared of listening to the truth. That's the phobia.
She wants to give you an example.
I'm scared of going through what I went again because of people like you who enable such things. You know what I'm scared of? I'm scared of going through such experiences again and again and again in my own life. I speak of this from my personal life, and you're not letting me elaborate. Do you even want to listen to what I went through? Do you even want to listen to what Hinduphobia is?
You think violent. You speak violent. You are the most violent.
I don't speak violence. I'm trying to tell you what I survived.
Speak, breathe, think violent.
Violence is everything that's on your mind, and you're whitewashing a survivor's experience by not listening to their perspective. That is the problem. That is the problem with bigots in this country, that they want to gag real stories out there. They want to gag stories of the likes of Harsha. They want to gag the stories of the likes of what happened in Hyderabad. You know, you look like an intolerant right now because you don't want to listen to the story of survivors. That is intolerance.
Just use your idea of Hindutva to create a vote bank and nothing else. You are destroying the multicultural plurality of this country.
Amity faculty have filed over 1600 patents. Yet another reason why Amity has been conferred with the National Intellectual Property Award by Government of India for being the top Indian academic institution for patents and commercialization.
The Trinamool Congress versus BJP battle in Bengal has intensified once more with an instance of purported political murder having taken place in the state, at least as far as the BJP is concerned. Union Home Minister Amit Shah was to visit Kolkata, but just before he was to land, a BJP worker, Arjun Chaurasia, who was planning a bike rally to welcome him there, was found hanging in an abandoned railway quarters. This comes at a time that the BJP is currently already holding a 10-day protest against the post-poll violence that Bengal has witnessed since May the 2nd last year. And with the Home Minister arriving there just a short while later, the party cancelled all its programs that were scheduled to welcome him and instead went all out in protesting against the Mamata Banerjee government. Amit Shah spoke to the media. He had met the family of the victim and he said that the Union Home Ministry has sought a report from the government of West Bengal and very importantly that it will push for a CBI probe into the matter. And so the West Bengal post-poll violence controversy rages on. BJP President Jagat Prakash Nadda was in Kozhikode, Kerala, where he launched an astonishing attack on the Pinarayi Vijayan-led left front government in the state. Nadda attacked the Vijayan government on three fronts. First and most importantly, Nadda believes that the government in Kerala has allowed the state to become a breeding ground for Islamic terrorists. He says that the left front pretends that it treats all society sections the same, but in fact it gives a preference in such a way that it encourages Islamic terror. The second claim made by Jagat Prakash Nadda was that even the Christian section of society in Kerala is currently in fear over the demographic changes being done in the state. And third is that all sections of society, Nadda says, are worried about narcotic terror as well. And so this was JP Nadda's big attack on the Vijayan government in Kerala.
The world over, you will not be able to cite one example of a Hindu organization being banned for spreading terrorism in the name of Sri Ram or any other Hindu god, nor will you be able to cite a single judgment which actually convicts a Hindu person for suicide bombing after sloganeering Jai Sri Ram or Jai Siya Ram.
You are whitewashing lived experiences of thousands of Hindus out there. When I speak of Hinduphobia, I speak of it from my own experience. I am a survivor of this experience and you're not letting me talk. You're not letting me tell my story. And this is Hinduphobia.
When call for genocide of Muslims are being given, Modi is silent. When call is given by the guru like Bajrang Muni that we will kidnap Muslim women and rape them, Modi is silent. Kali Charan humiliates the Muslim, Modi is silent. Unless and Modi stops them, this will not stop. But Modi does not want to stop them.
When Nagaraju was killed for being a Hindu, all his party's top leaders are in Hyderabad. Which one of them, Ratan Sharda, please ask him, which one of them had a protest march? That is Hinduphobia.
Shared by the Ukrainian Azov regiment on Thursday claimed to show Russian attacks on the besieged Azovstal steel mill in Mariupol. According to the regiment, Russian forces used a combined force of aircraft, artillery and infantry to carry out the offensive on Thursday. The video shows heavy smoke rising from the steel mill buildings and several explosions. The Azov Regiment of the Ukrainian National Guard is a seasoned volunteer force that is widely considered one of Ukraine's most capable units. It was formed in 2014 by far-right activists led by Andriy Belitsky at the start of the...
If a 300-year-old mosque had been destroyed, then Abbas and Waris Pathan, Monojit would have been saying Islam is under danger. But if a 300-year-old temple is destroyed, they'll put finger on their lips. People like Waris Pathan, Nupur.
These two esteemed panelists on your show, not only has Hinduphobia been proven, just because investigative agencies are working, a Rahul Rajput will be killed because he fell in love with a Muslim girl.
Amity faculty have filed over 1600 patents. Yet another reason why Amity has been conferred with the National Intellectual Property Award by Government of India for being the top Indian academic institution for patents and commercialization.
If a 300-year-old mosque had been destroyed, then Abbas and Waris Pathan, Monojit would have been saying Islam is under danger. But if a 300-year-old temple is destroyed, they'll put finger on their lips.
Show some equality, show some decency when you come for a debate.
Rahul Rajput will be killed because he fell in love with a Muslim girl, and Ankit Saxena would be murdered, butchered, and perhaps lynched by a mob because he fell in love with a Muslim woman.
Violence is everything that's on your mind, and you're whitewashing a survivor's experience by not listening to their perspective. That is the problem. That is the problem with bigots in this country, that they want to gag real stories out there. They want to gag stories of the likes of Harsha. They want to gag the stories of the likes of what happened in Hyderabad. You know, you look like an intolerant right now because you don't want to listen to the story of survivors.
The Trinamool Congress versus BJP battle in Bengal has intensified once more with an instance of purported political murder having taken place in the state, at least as far as the BJP is concerned. Union Home Minister Amit Shah was to visit Kolkata, but just before he was to land, a BJP worker, Arjun Chaurasia, who was planning a bike rally to welcome him there, was found hanging in an abandoned railway quarters. This comes at a time that the BJP is currently already holding a 10-day protest against the post-poll violence that Bengal has witnessed since May the 2nd last year. And with the Home Minister arriving there just a short while later, the party cancelled all its programs that were scheduled to welcome him and instead went all out in protesting against the Mamata Banerjee government. Amit Shah spoke to the media. He had met the family of the victim, and he said that the Union Home Ministry has sought a report from the government of West Bengal, and very importantly that it will push for a CBI probe into the matter. And so the West Bengal post-poll violence controversy rages on. BJP President Jagat Prakash Nadda was in Kozhikode, Kerala, where he launched an astonishing attack on the Pinarayi Vijayan-led left front government in the state. Nadda attacked the Vijayan government on three fronts. First and most importantly, Nadda believes that the government in Kerala has allowed the state to become a breeding ground for Islamic terrorists. He says that the left front pretends that it treats all society sections the same, but in fact it gives a preference in such a way that it encourages Islamic terror. The second claim made by Jagat Prakash Nadda was that even the Christian section of society in Kerala is currently in fear over the demographic changes being done in the state. And third is that all sections of society, Nadda says, are worried about narcotic terror as well. And so this was JP Nadda's big attack on the Vijayan government in Kerala.
The world over, you will not be able to study.
No, what I've seen so far, what I'm seeing so far on the debate, Monojit.
That there are some people who are termite and they must be driven out of this country. That is scary. That is scary. You are creating fear in the minds of people, irrespective of religion.
The behavior of two certain gentlemen.
Can I come in, please, Anand?
The behavior of two gentlemen.
Just one minute. I'm bringing Abbas Haider back on the debate with Nupur, and I want to say one thing to your viewers. Sometimes, it's quite evident out here that in the course of this debate, there are some people like Waris and Monojit who just don't want to hear anything about Hinduphobia existing. They just don't know. And now he's speaking. Anand, I need someone to manage the audio. My question is, Monojit, just take a break. Just take a break. You don't want to hear about it. You know why? 300-year-old Shiva temple is destroyed. Okay? Sculptures, shivling, destroyed. If a 300-year-old mosque had been destroyed, then Abbas and Waris Pathan, Monojit would have been saying Islam is under danger. But if a 300-year-old temple is destroyed, they'll put finger on their lips. People like Waris Pathan, Nupur. They won't say anything. The Shitala Mata temple in Khargon was vandalized. The Shitala Mata temple in Khargon was vandalized. Hindu temples are still under government control. No, listen, Waris, I'll tell you, this is the extent of Hinduphobia in this country. People were attacked near a Kali Mata temple by a pro-Khalistani group. It happened in Patiala.
It is happening in BJP rule state.
No, it's not a BJP or non-BJP rule state. It's about
Arnab,
Hindus being under attack.
Arnab, can I
It's about Hindu hate. It's about violence against Hindus. Yes.
You did not allow Durga Puja to happen in Kanpur.
I have an observation.
You did not allow
Arnab,
Durga Puja to happen in Lucknow.
I have a small observation. Looking at the behavior of two gentlemen on your show, these two esteemed panelists on your show, not only has Hinduphobia been proven, but also the rampant existence of Islamic fundamentalism. The fact
Waris,
that
I can't hear
Wahhabism
Waris.
actually exists in the mindset of some Indians, you know, that is but obvious. And point number two, Arnab.
No, you don't teach us.
I never follow
the ethics of debate.
Argument like
First
this
of
before.
all, you use proper language.
I have never heard
use
of
a proper
an illogical
language.
argument like
Don't
this before.
play the victim
That
card.
just because
Don't play a
investigative
victim card of
agencies
being
are
a woman.
working,
Show some
just
equality,
because
show some
investigative
decency when you
agencies are
come for a
working,
debate.
a Rahul Rajput will be killed because he fell in love with a Muslim girl, and Ankit Saxena would be murdered, butchered, and perhaps lynched by a mob because he fell in love with a Muslim woman, much like Nagaraju, much like Mr. Dhruv Tyagi, because he objected to his minor Hindu daughter being eve-teased by a Muslim eve-teaser. Dhruv Tyagi was killed in Delhi by an entire family where the mother of the
No, and there's both audio is bad.
Passed on a sword-like thing in the hands, a mother passed on a sword-like thing in the hands of a Muslim eve-teasing son to kill Dhruv Tyagi, who objected to his minor Hindu daughter being eve-teased.
But Modi
Are you trying
has
to tell
waged
me
a war
that
against the
investigative
Muslims of the
agencies,
country,
if they work
which is evident from the fact which we are every day watching. Everybody in the nation is seeing that what is going on against the Muslims. In Jahangirpuri, what happened, Arnab? A bulldozer went there, demolished the home establishment of the Muslims. Only of one particular community home cells.
No por.
Against the Bajrang Muni, but they will never be able to name. They will never be able to name the Maulvi, the 48-year-old Maulvi who raped a 12-year-old minor girl in a Delhi-based mosque. Do you remember his name? You remember Bajrang Muni for the threat he gave verbally. Do you remember the name of the rapist Maulvi Ilyas? No, you would not remember. You would remember that there are miscreants in Ayodhya who were actually apprehensively arrested.
This is the answer. This is the answer to all the debate. The entire debate, my answer is simple. Give me the answer to my question. Did any Muslim?
I want to come back. One minute. You know, I think Smita, and I want Abbas to come on it, and Abbas has not spoken, and then I'll come to Smita. You see, Abbas, the problem is, whenever somebody says that in some places, I am not saying Muslims are carrying out violence, I am saying some Muslims are. Right? But what I am saying to you is, at least this much honesty to say Hindus are being attacked. The problem happens when you don't want to accept the fact. Not just Hindus being attacked in India, Smita. Look at what is happening. Look at the Hinduphobia in Bangladesh. Look at the Islamic fundamentalism in Bangladesh. And ever since Islamic fundamentalism has been on the rise in Bangladesh, have Hindus not been consistently attacked in Bangladesh, Abbas? Let me understand from you. My information, Abbas, is 3,600 separate attacks targeting Hindus in Bangladesh since 2013, which means one attack on Hindus a day in Bangladesh because of Islamic fundamentalists. True or false?
See, Hindus and Muslims, they all want to live together peacefully.
No, see, again you're giving motherhood statements when I'm giving a very specific point. I am saying, are Hindus being targeted and is there violence against Hindus or not? No, I am asking you, why don't you accept it? Will you become a smaller person if you accept that Hindus are being targeted?
Let me speak. See, they have been living together peacefully since centuries.
Again, motherhood
now,
statement.
Be it Hinduphobia, Islamophobia, Christianphobia, whatever it is.
Be it.
See,
be it. I'm not
Hinduism is a
talking about be
religion of
it.
tolerance.
I'm saying, is there violence against Hindus in India growing or not?
There is violence against all the communities in this country. And who is getting benefited out of it? That is the question. Okay, if you are talking about...
The question is there... I'll talk about benefits later. Mr. Abbas, will you be so kind, and I'll tell you one thing. Please understand, even when Hindus are the victims, there are some people who blame Hindus. I'll give you an example. There are widespread attacks on Hindu rallies during Ram Navami. There are videos put out, Smita, on Republic about the rallies being stone pelted on, temples being attacked and destroyed. But who does the lobby target? The lobby targets the Hindus. They say, why did the Hindus go near Muslim areas? Now, what the hell is a Muslim area?
Why has this become a Hindu-Muslim thing?
It's not a Hindu-Muslim thing. It is a reality. Hindus are being targeted.
Okay, then why are we not talking about a 13-year-old Hindu girl, a gang rape victim being raped by SHO in Uttar Pradesh? She is also a Hindu.
Of course, we are talking about everything. I am talking about everything. I am asking you, were Hindus, no, why, don't do this if, why, but, whatever. Don't do whataboutery with me. I'll ask you a very simple question. Very simple question. Listen to me. Were Hindus attacked in Karoli for their bike rallies for celebrating the Hindu New Year? True or false? What did the civil rights group demand? The civil rights group, 1 minute, called for the refusal of the permission for religious procession to Hindu groups. Which means the civil rights groups are saying Hindus must not be allowed to celebrate the Hindu New Year. This is Hinduphobia.
Every just citizen of this country will definitely criticize.
I just don't. So many examples.
Every citizen.
I think you're being blind about it. I've given you so many examples.
See,
Smita, I've given so many examples, but he's just not listening now. No, you're not listening. Like about Kashmiri Pandits, you don't listen. You say there was no genocide, where aise hi chale gaye.
Let me speak.
No, you are in denial about the fact that Hindus are being targeted.
I'm not being in denial.
You are, and it's very unfortunate that you are.
Presenting facts. Because we are we are being selective on cases. We are selectively talking about one person. We're not talking about the 8 girls getting raped in Uttar Pradesh in just one day. They are Hindu. We're not talking about that. We are just trying to make this a Hindu-Muslim issue. When Hindus and Muslims, they have peacefully coexisted in this country, they want to live peacefully. Now, Hinduism is the religion of tolerance. It gives space to its followers. You can be a Bhakt of Bhagwan Ram or Bhagwan Hanuman or Shri Krishna. But no matter, even if you don't, do any puja, you even then a Hindu. Now, religion which is giving you, which is a religion of tolerance, which gives you so much space, under the name of that religion, if somebody
I truly am not understanding your logic, sir. I truly am not understanding your logic, sir. You always say Muslims are in danger. You always say Muslims are in danger. But I want to ask you, and Waris Pathan is going to run away when I ask him the next question, Smita. I'm going to ask him the next question, Smita. Waris Pathan will run away from the debate. No. 7 Hindus are arrested for offensive posters in Ayodhya in front of a mosque. 7 Hindus are arrested. Are Muslims in danger? Smita?
7 Hindus are arrested.
India has the highest number of mosques in the world at 300,000.
Jahangirpuri, on whom the NSA has been applied. In Jahangirpuri riot case, NSA is applied only on one particular community, not on the others. Shops and establishments of one particular community have been bulldozed.
Because
not
they
about
are the perpetrators.
Only isolated incidents.
No put and Waris.
It was a pre-planned conspiracy in Jahangirpuri. Jahangirpuri was a pre-planned conspiracy, and
without giving a notice, you go there and you bulldoze the homes and establishment of the Muslims.
Notice is not necessary.
So you won't follow the rule of law. You don't want to follow the constitution.
You
just want to go there, take the bulldozer and demolish the houses of the Muslims. Arnab, you spoke about Kharghur. kindly come with me to Khargone and see how many Muslim houses have been demolished by the bulldozer. Kindly come with me to Gujarat, Khambat. I will take you to Khambat and kindly see how many Muslim homes and establishments have been bulldozed, demolished by the bulldozer. Why don't you talk about that? Why don't you talk about that? We are talking about the Constitution. We are talking about rule of law. But here you want to follow the rule of bulldozer. So it may be. What can we do? What message are we sending to the world at large? What message? I am asking you a question without a notice. You are a lawyer. You are a lawyer. Without giving the notice, can you demolish the place or establishment of a person? Can you demolish? Can you demolish? No, you are a lawyer. You say you are a lawyer. So answer to my question, Nupur sister. Nupur sister, I am asking you a simple question. If you are a lawyer, you answer to my sister, simple question, sister. Can you demolish residence premises?
Yeah, he did that action.
Challenging the judiciary.
Without issuing a notice.
Ansar did this Pushpa action, challenging the judiciary. Clearly these Pandus do not believe in the rule of the law. They only believe in Sharia. They only believe in stone pelting. They only believe in petrol bomb pelting. They do not believe in law of the land. And that's why, the swords were being wielded by Muslims. It's a fact I'm quoting from Rohini courts. It was not Hindus. They had pre-planned this conspiracy, much like Khargone, much like Karoli, much like in Gujarat as well. They hate Hindus. It's a challenge. It's a challenge to kufr ho.
They are not Hindus. Don't give a certificate of Hinduism to yourself. Take the certificate from people. Nobody calls you a good Hindu. You are creating a violence atmosphere. You are creating an atmosphere of hatred. We took out a procession of Eid. Arnab, we went for Eid prayer. We came back from the Eid prayer. Did any untoward incident took place in the entire country? No. But when the Shobha Yatra took place,
No. You don't want to address. I'd like to go back to Smita. Waris Pathan. Smita, please. You see, Waris is in denial. Waris, 1 minute. Now I'm going to catch you. I'm going to catch you now, Waris. I'm going to catch you, Waris. Waris, can you be quiet? Waris, quiet, please. Don't try to bulldoze here on the program, okay? Now, Smita, a leader of the All India Majlis-e-Ittihadul Muslimin was arrested for organizing the communal violence in Hobali. Waris Pathan said, I will pit 15 crore Muslims against the Hindus. 100 crore, 1000 crore के ऊपर भारी है, ये याद रखना, है ना? And his top boss, Asaduddin Owaisi, went into a public meeting to link Pan to the ability to have children and went on to make the most disgraceful comments about Hindus, right? About the potency of Hindus. You even asked Muslims to stop being coolies of secularism. 1 minute. Asaduddin Owaisi said, since we are talking about Hindutva, we should talk very openly today, very openly. He said, they use secularism all the time, Smita. Will you stop, please? What is this, yaar? I'm asking you 5 times to stop.
Is eating pan an offense in our country now, Mr. Arnab Goswami? Is eating pan an offense? If eating Tara Pan from Aurangabad, a famous pan shop seller sells it, is eating that an offense? No!
It's not. But to say, one thing, 1 minute. But to say, and I'll quote it. You know the kind of offensive comment he made, and please be quiet now. Okay, when I'm speaking, because I don't want to be interrupted. He said, do the Hindus have the ability to produce children? This is the statement he made. And he said they are telling Hindus to create many children, to have many children. I can say to you, he says, please be quiet. I can say to you, he says, that you cannot even produce one child. He's saying Hindus are impotent. Now you are going to ask, and then he says, please come to Aurangabad, have a Tara Pan shop. If you eat a pan of 5,000 rupees, the job will be done. The job, did he say that or not? Did he make that comment about Hindus or not? You want me to go into more details? That is Hinduphobia. That is Hinduphobia. That is Hindu hate. That is vicious Hindu hate. And I'm saying it clearly now. And I'm asking now. He said, stop being coolies of secularism. Who makes these comments? August 2019, don't shout at me. Smita, he said, the most important point is that Muslims should realize we should stop being coolies of secularism.
Watching you. Yes, right? Why? So why we follow the constitution? Now earlier panelists said, Nupur said that we will not follow the constitution, we will throw away you, we will use the bulldozer, we will go there, demolish your heart.
Hinduphobia is on the live on the program and it's being uttered by Waris Pathan. I get a response from Smita's turn, thank you. You see, so much Hinduphobia by you on the program itself, Smita.
I have no wish to debate with people who talk about muh tod jawab and sexual potency of Hindus and people like that. I'm not interested in talking about any of that, or nor am I willing to see this as a Bengali issue or a UP issue like some of your panelists have done. If a politician is from Bengal, he's talking about Hinduphobia or non-Hinduphobia in Bengal or Bangladesh. And if there's a UP politician, he wants to talk about Hinduphobia or Muslim phobia in Uttar Pradesh. They are all coming with their political agendas and nothing else. Now, your religiously divisive political agenda that many think is a formula to win elections, it might give dividends in the short term. But if national good is in their heart, they have to reconsider about what they are doing. If they are living by an ideology and which talks about killing and maiming people of another religion, they really have to answer their conscience. And coming out here and giving hate speech couched in talking as if they're giving some kind of gyan about religion, I think it's terrible, because it's easy to be cynical and commenting on political affairs by making these ridiculous comments, but what is going to get them is fine. They'll get some talis out there from their own community, they'll get some clicks, but they'll get some social media followers because of the bizarre comments that they make on television. But I'm sorry, if these kind of populist agendas are going to overturn a national good, then they've got to rethink about what their politics is all about.
Yeah, but principally the fact of the matter is we've had a 1-hour debate and people like Lubna feel very, very uncomfortable with it. You see what's happening, Lubna, is any display of Hindu culture is attacked. We have Rashmi Samant on the program. You know something? We should be proud of Rashmi Samant, that an Indian graduate went to a top British university, became president of the Students' Union, right? But what happened? She was targeted. You know why she was targeted? She was targeted because she is a proud Hindu. Lubna, are you hearing me? She was trolled. Her devout Hindu parents were accused of racism. She was accused of racism, xenophobia, being a Hitler fan. Her family and she were attacked for being Hitler's genocides, transphobia. And because she's a Hindu, it's okay. If she'd been a Muslim, you would have made it a big deal, Lubna. But because she's a Hindu, do you get some kind of satisfaction that a person is attacked for being a Hindu?
Okay, but that is because your channel and you are not doing your jobs. You project an honor killing as Hinduphobia. Now, where does that
What
make
is an
sense?
honor killing, please? Whose honor?
You're not aware?
Whose honor? I am not aware. All that I know was that Nagaraj was killed for being a Hindu man who married a Muslim girl. And the Muslim girls, brothers, thought that a Hindu man marrying their sister deserved to be killed. So he was killed for being a Hindu. No, he was killed for being a Hindu. No.
You project an honor killing.
What is an honor killing, Baba? It's because he's a Hindu, right? So the honor was affected because a Muslim girl marrying a Hindu, according to the brothers of the Muslim girl, is attacking the honor of the family. So in any ways, he was being targeted for being a Hindu. He was being targeted for being a Hindu.
Sometimes I will be a target, and at other times Rashmi will be a target.
What do you mean? Sometimes I will be, he will be. Right? No, you are trivializing it.
I'm addressing specifically Rashmi.
Rashmi.
That is because you people are not doing your job well.
Anti-Hindu bigotry is worldwide, and it's been on the rise because Abrahamic text of your religion, they support violence against Kafirs. Hindus were attacked. There is no Hindu procession which is complete in India right now without having stone pelted on Hindus. Right now, Ram Navami, in the last 2 months itself, Ram Navami, Hindus were pelted. Pan-India, irrespective of who's in power, irrespective of which political party was in power, Hindus were attacked. Second of all, on Hanuman Jayanti, Hindus were again pelted upon. On a day which you celebrated as Eid and we celebrated as Akshay Tritiya, in Jodhpur, Hindu systems were attacked again. There was again violence. Hindus have been attacked over and over again, and you cannot see this. This has been happening since the 12th century. The Islamist conquest of India is one of the bloodiest in the history. And this is what Will Durant said about history. This is history. There has never been peace and brotherhood. This is just propaganda. Since 12th century, there has been anti-Hindu bigotry, and it has just been whitewashed by the likes of you, who either choose to play victim on one side or you try to whitewash. So you do this, in turns. You take turns to either whitewash or to play the victim. That's it. Basically, what's happening is we have wolves who are disguised in sheepskin, and they're just propagating anti-Hindu bigotry.
No, I'll tell you the extent of anti-Hindu bigotry, Rashmi, and I'll give one more example. Nupur. We respect all religions. But when a Greek priest from the Orthodox Church, when he blesses Rafale jets that the Greeks received from France, it's secular. But when the defense minister receives the Rafale jets, and when there is a simple Shastra Puja, which according to Hindu culture and tradition is the weapon worship of the weapon.
Yes.
Worship of the weapon. Oh my God! The Rafales have become Hindu. The Rafales have become Hindu, they said.
Who? You? Nobody.
Yeah, no. You all went crazy. Oh my God! We have a Hindu Air Force. No, it was said. Monojit, Nupur, was it said or not? When Rajnath Singh went, after India got its first Rafale jet, the way you behaved when there was a Shastra Puja, that is Hinduphobia.
थोड़ा सिंदूर लगाओ, हमने भी लगाया हमारे गाड़ी में, बाइक में, इसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम है? You are creating.
There is a natural hatred for all things Hindu. Even Hindus are ashamed. So-called liberal, deep state, Lutyens lobby is ashamed of ourselves, of our culture. And I'm sorry I have to leave this debate right now, but I have to ask the madam before me. Madam, would Nagaraju if he was named an Ahmed or Ilyas? No. No, Lubna. A Nagaraju would never have been killed if he was named an Ilyas or an Ahmed. The honor of the Muslim girl only lay in marrying, and I'm sorry, having relations with a Muslim man. That's the reality, and I'm sorry, you have also reflected your petty mindset just right now by comparing a brutal hatred crime to an honor killing. Reality is, all of these people who are opposing the fact
that you're not aware about the statistics
within
you're not aware about the
statistics. They do not want to accept it because they're ashamed of themselves.
See, you
continue to be ashamed of yourself. The fact is, all of you have actually exposed your own fundamental hatred for Hindus and also your rampant Islamic mindset. That's what's happened.
That is how you are getting votes.
Islamic fundamental mindset that you harbor, that you don't even recognize that you keep.
Because you are getting votes
for you.
Because of that
it's
only.
Okay. Hijab is okay. Ghungat is aggressive. You belong to that category. Hijab is progressive and Ghungat is aggressive. You belong to that category, and I congratulate you for such a myopic thought process and for such sorry state of mind.
What are you showing? What are you showing, Ratan Sharda?
Such a sorry state of mind.
Wait.
You are the reason India is never going to go ahead. India is never going to accept their own people. You are the people we should actually thoroughly be able to.
Yes, Ratan Sharda.
I am showing Mr. Monojit Mandal.
Nagaraju would have been killed if he was an Ahmed or an Ilyas. Just answer that.
I am showing Mr. Monojit Mandal Mamta's directive not to run Shastra Puja, and still Hindus did Shastra Puja. He was saying that he loves Shastra Puja. This is the proof of his Shastra Puja. Secondly, there are people who are talking about constitution. Ask the person who said constitution, why Sharia is above constitution, why triple talaq or object, why UCC is being objected. Thirdly, a Samajwadi person said that Hindus are tolerant, Hindu respect all religions. Fine. But there is a panelist here who had to apologize for saying Ganpati Bappa Moria. So it has to be give and take, sir. You cannot have secularism as one-way street. And more example of Hinduphobia.
You and the likes of you.
आपको दिखा दिया ना न्यूज़. आपको न्यूज़ दिखाया ना.
अरे सर, क्या दिखा दिया?
Thirdly, more important.
आप आइए
for 7 अरे आपको न्यूज़ दिखाया. आपको न्यूज़ दिखा दिया ना. आपको न्यूज़ दिखा दिया. आपको न्यूज़ दिखा दिया ना. मैंने नहीं छापा न्यूज़.
ममता भी वहाँ पर जब प्रसाद होते हैं ना, और खाना.
अरे आपको न्यूज़ दिखा दिया ना. अभी बात करने दीजिए. See, when any party gets majority, that's democracy. When BJP gets majority, it's majoritarianism. That is the difference. अरे चिल्लाना बंद करिए प्रोफेसर साहब, मुझे बोलने दीजिए. मैंने आपको न्यूज़ दिखा दिया, बोलने दीजिए. So when CA, ये posters in CA abusing Hindu dharma. Because what did CA have to do with Hindutva? What CA had to do with Hindu dharma? Nothing. But in Shaheen Bagh, posters are put up abusing Hindu dharma. So when BJP gets majority, it becomes majoritarianism. When Mamata gets majority, it is democracy. That is Hinduphobia. When Kashmir file press conferences denied.
So basically you are saying, Waris, you are saying the argument is this, Rashmi. I don't think we've understood it well. My last point to Waris is, you see, Rashmi, what they are saying is that Hindus can never be any targeted. Hindus can never be the subject of violence. Hindus are always the oppressors, persecutors. Hinduism is a religion which propagates Hindutva. Hindutva must be removed, and hence the Hindu way of life must be removed. And any references to Hindu pride should be removed. And if Hindus are the target, if Hindus are killed, they must not complain. If Hindu temples are destroyed, they must live with it. That, according to Waris Pathan, is true secularism in this country. Congratulations, Waris. Congratulations, Waris.
So?
No, congratulations, Waris, for the interpretation.
I am talking about the constitution. I am talking about following the rule of law. I also condemn.
Did they follow the rule of law in the Ratlam district? Did they all follow the rule of law in Khargone? Did they follow the rule of law in Jahangirpuri? Did they follow the rule of law in Kairana? Did they follow the rule of law in Jodhpur?
But will the BJP apologize for those so many mosques and
Rashmi
and dargahs which were discredited by them? Will they apologize? No, they will not do. But why a pattern? And Arnab, you talk about Hindu.
Politicizing Hinduphobia is the worst way of whitewashing. All you're doing is trying to whitewash every Hindu temple that was demolished.
Home Minister follows the religion of Hindus. फिर भी हिंदू खतरे में है. अरे I am laughing. I feel like laughing. फिर भी हिंदू
Hindus are being pelted upon. Hindus are being pelted upon. Hindus believe in Vasudeva Kutumbakam, but still they're being pelted upon. It is the Hindus who are being stone pelted upon. It is the Hindus who are dying. It is the Hindus who are being attacked. It is the Hindus who are paying a price. It is the Hindus who are being lynched. You know, there are many Muslim celebrities who are married to Hindu women and they're happy. But when a Hindu man, a Dalit Hindu man, decides to marry a Muslim woman, he's lynched to death. That is the reality of this country. And you're just trying to whitewash this by saying that Hindus are the oppressors. That's it. You're just proving what
and finally, I will say we need to be very careful, ladies and gentlemen, because Hinduphobia is not just peddled with tweet storms and by the lobby, ladies and gentlemen. There is a machinery in operation. There is a machinery in operation. There are foreign powers who are in the mix, and none of this is accidental, innocuous, or innocent. Ladies and gentlemen, Hinduphobia is not just peddled with tweet storms and by the lobby. There is a machinery in operation. There are foreign powers in the mix, and none of this is accidental, innocuous, or innocent. We must accept the reality of Hinduphobia if we are to do anything about it. And I shall see you on the next prime time. Good night and goodbye.